Okay, so today is going to be a challenge to keep you off of your wrists, off of your tummy. So we are going to be focusing on neck, shoulders. We are then going to go and do standing stuff. And then we are going to, once we feel super powerful and energized, we're going to have a really nice Savasana. That's where we're heading today. So, first thing you'll need is a block. Get yourself sat on a block. If you've got a strap nearby, always a nice idea to have it near you. Just sit yourself in a position that is going to be comfortable for you to stay in for a little while. Okay. Now, I know you know how to sit, all right? But just a gentle reminder, let's remove the fleshy part of the bottom out of the way. Find those sit bones, really anchor yourself down, okay? We want the hips to open, so if that means that this is really uncomfortable for you, then pop some cushions underneath your knees to offer just a little bit of support. I want you to be comfortable. We should always be comfortable in yoga, okay? There should never be any pain. There is, you need to back right away. So sitting up nice and tall, think here about those ribs just being kind of tucked in ever so slightly. We want to think about growing tall through the crown of the head. Imagine that cord, that imaginary cord from the crown of the head lifting you up nice and tall. We're going to take the shoulders right up towards the ears. This is probably how you've spent your day. We don't want to do that, okay? So we're going to just move those shoulders all the way back and down. Not that I don't believe you, let's go again. Take those shoulders up towards the ears. Ugh, this is probably like 11 o'clock in the morning for you, okay? So this is not how we want to be. Roll those shoulders back and down, find space. Okay, so we're going to sit here just for a moment. We're going to take some equal breathing just to bring us into class. Get rid of everything that's happened before this moment, all right? Options here to take hand to chest, hand to tummy, so that you've got something physical to breathe into, or you can just simply just be, okay? So if you feel comfortable to close off the eyes, then do. I'm going to tell you just a little reminder again, just to sit up nice and tall. So I'm going to take I'm going to ask you to inhale for 4, out for 4, in for 5, out for 5, in for 6, out for 6, and back down. If my breath pattern doesn't work with yours, then do your own thing. So here we go. Let's take an inhale for the count of 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Enjoy the feeling of the breath being slow and even. With the eyes closed, see if you can just visualize where you are in space. Have you begun to start to slouch a little bit? If you have, can you encourage that length back in the spine? Encourage those shoulders to be back and down, away from the ears. Whilst you're sat here, calm, just simply breathing in, breathing out. Focus in on an intention for today's class. Or maybe not, maybe just focus in on something to celebrate. Somewhere positive to send your energy today. Whatever works for you. Okay, up to you whether you want to keep the eyes closed or not, entirely up to you. We're going to switch over the legs, okay, just taking that opposite fold. Probably this one feels a little bit more uncomfortable. It's not your dominant side. We want to balance everything up. From here, let's take the right hand down, lift the left arm high, Take an inhale, lift as high as you can. Find that stretch around the shoulder of the left side. Take the elbow of the right hand or the right arm in towards you, and then sweep that left arm over. Take a moment here just to breathe into that left side body. Take a moment, maybe a gentle pulse if it feels good. Maybe you're more of a static person. It doesn't matter. Do whatever feels good for you right now. Okay, let's switch it out. That left hand is going to come down. That right arm is going to lift high. Reach as high up towards the ceiling as you can. Maybe the gaze comes up too, if the neck is comfortable to do so. And then that elbow on the left side comes in towards the body, and then take a sweep over towards the left, opening that side body all the way down that right side. Breathe nice and fully into the lungs. Okay, coming back up to center. This time, let's switch it out. That right hand comes down, elbow in towards the body. Lift that left arm high. Take that inhale, lift and lengthen. As you exhale, come down over that right side. This time, perhaps opening the chest ever so slightly up towards the ceiling, drawing the chest up, thinking about the chin lifting towards the ceiling. Maybe the gaze is there. If it's not good for you, you can always look straight ahead. And then maybe, if it feels good, just a little bounce, encouraging this openness. And then let's switch it out. The left hand's going to come down, elbow towards the body, open through the left shoulder, right arm comes up. And then take that inhale, lift, lift and lengthen. Exhale, sweep down over towards the left side. A little bounce if it feels good. Then maybe open that chest up towards the ceiling, drop that right shoulder back and down. Maybe the gaze comes up, maybe it doesn't. Breathe deeply into that right side body. And then come up towards seated. From here, we're going to take the hands behind the head, interlace the fingers, take it out towards opposite walls. See if you can take them to the back diagonals, okay? So we're thinking here about squeezing those shoulder blades together. Can we just start to lift the chin towards the ceiling? Imagining this is your seated cat-cow. Okay, from here, take the elbows in towards the ears. Begin to tuck the chin to the chest and then begin to round down through the spine. Stop wherever is feeling comfortable. You don't want to be feeling any discomfort through the spine. Allowing gravity to do some of the work. On your inhale, round up through the spine. Take your time here, feel into it. Open through the elbows. This time, elbows towards the back of the room, back corners. Gaze up towards the ceiling. If it feels good, lift through the chin. Lifting the chest, take a nice little opener through the chest, tiny back bend. Really controlled here. And elbows towards the ears, tuck the chin towards the chest, begin to round down through the spine. Really taking your time here. On the inhale, bringing yourself all the way back up again. Open those shoulders, open those elbows, I should say. This time, let's drop the right elbow down. We're going to lift through that left elbow. You're going to need a little bit of strength through the core here. If that doesn't feel good for you, you can always take the right hand down to just balance. Lifting up through that left elbow. Come back to center. Left elbow comes down, right elbow lifts. Option to take left hand down for some stability. And then coming all the way back to center. From here, grab hold of your strap, okay? From here, we're going to take the strap as wide as is comfortable for you to pass that strap over the top of you, okay? So that might be quite a wide grasp of the strap. It doesn't matter. What we want to do is feel into the shoulders. Taking the strap back and then all the way in front. Thinking here about your posture. So thinking about growing tall through the crown of the head, thinking about wrapping those ribs in, thinking about drawing that navel through to spine so that you're nice and secure there. So the only thing that is really moving are your arms through that shoulder space. Okay, when we get to the top, we're going to drop the right arm down and lift through the left side. Switch it out, left hand comes down, right arm lifts. Let's go again. Right arm down, left arm lifts. And then last one, left hand down, right arm lifts. All right, let's get rid of that strap just for a moment. We are going to switch out the legs. We're going to take ever such a small forward fold here. So we're going to think about moving the belly in. We're going to take the hands down and we're just going to walk them out in front. Okay. Think about pushing down through the fingertips to get the bottom back onto the block. We want to feel those sit bones nice and secure. Take an inhale, find the longest spine you know you have, and then walk those fingertips forward just a little bit more. If that feels good for you, take an inhale, lift and lengthen. And as you exhale, walk those fingertips forward just a little bit more. Pause at the point where you feel comfortable. You could be feeling a really nice stretch through your leading legs glute and IT band. Take a moment here. Walk the fingertips back in. Let's switch those legs out. Okay. From here, we're going to walk those fingertips forward. Bring the belly in. Take an inhale, lift, lengthen. Exhale, just a small fold. See how you feel. Push through the fingertips. Take the weight back into those sit bones onto the block. Take another inhale, lift and lengthen. As you exhale, bring the chest a little bit closer towards the floor. And then stop at a point that you feel like, yeah, I can hold it here. I'm pretty comfortable. Maybe feeling that stretch through the leading legs IT band and into the glute there. Okay, let's walk those fingertips back in. Let's get rid of that block. Okay, so this is going to be amusing. We're going to try and get ourselves all the way up to standing without going through table. So we're going to start laying down, okay? Pause here for a moment, stretch out as long as the mat, really reach the fingertips towards the back wall, the toes towards the front wall. And then from here, we're going to come into what I'm going to call a dead bug, but we're going to stack the knees over the hips, legs at right angles. Take the hands to the knees. We're going to push the knees away, lower back's going to push down. Take the knees wide, draw them back in. We want to feel that movement through the hip joints, okay? We don't have to push those knees very far away if we're being really careful through the core, through the lower back, okay? Just small movements, just to remind yourself of the mobility you have within the hips. We're going to take one more in this direction, and then we're going to take the circles in the opposite direction. So if you've been pushing them away, this time draw the knees in towards you. Noticing if one side feels a little bit better than the other. Maybe that will inform some of your actions. Maybe you're always standing on one leg. Maybe you always cross your legs in a particular way. It's just useful to know. Okay, from here, take the arms as wide as they will go. Take the shoulders back and down. Take the knees over towards the right side. If you know that you struggle in the lower back, you can always put cushions underneath the knees to keep those knees supported. Okay, take the knees back up to center and then take them over to the left-hand side. Again, they can come down to the floor or pop something underneath them if you know you need a little bit of extra support. Okay, knees back to center. Let's come for a fun tree. Let's take the right leg away. Start to push through the heels so that we know we've got some activation of the muscles on the right side. That left sole of the foot is going to come into the inside of that right thigh. Again, another place you could pop a prop underneath that left knee to give you some support. We want to make sure that those hips are level. Take the arms up above you, interlace the fingers, push the heels of the hands up, and then take a side bend. We're going to draw the heels of the hands over towards the right side so that we can feel a really deep stretch through the left side body. Okay, one more breath here. Bring the hands back to center. Take the left leg away and then take the right foot in towards the inner left thigh. Again, if you need to move the prop from one side to the other to just support that right knee, then do. Left heel pushing, feel the quad and the calf activate on that left side. Hands together, interlace the fingers, turn the heels the hands away. And then this time we're going to take the hands over to the left side. Take a nice deep bend through that side body on the right. Breathe deeply into the ribs. Feel the ribs beginning to open with every deep breath. Okay. We're going to bring ourselves back to center. Just take the feet flat and then draw those knees in towards you. Whether you want to take the knees in towards the chest or take them just a little bit wider and in towards the shoulders, it's entirely up to you. Do what your body is calling for. Maybe small circles on the lower back if that feels good. Okay, so we're going to get all of the way up to standing because this is a no wrist yoga. Okay, so here we go. We're going to do some rocking and rolling, but we're going to have to do it with a little bit of might. All right, here we go. We're going to come up to standing. Let's come up to, ooh, okay. Stay balanced. Can we do it? Can we do it? Okay, hovering. All right, let's see. We're going to stay hovering for a moment. Focusing on something that is not moving. See if we can push through the toes to come all the way up to standing. I'm just going to clap that. Well done. All right. So we're standing at the top of our mat. Let's remind ourselves of mountain pose. Anchor down through the feet. We can bring the big toes together and leave a nice little gap behind on the heels. Lift up all 10 toes, spread them, okay? We want to feel that connection to the earth. From here, draw up the quads. We want to feel strong through our legs. Nice strong glutes, tuck the tailbone ever so slightly. So rather than having a bum sticking out, we want to draw your bottom under so that you are secure. Take an inhale, lift and lengthen, grow tall through the crown of the head. Take those shoulders back and down. We have the palms facing forward and we are strong. This is an active pose, all right? Take the arms high as you inhale. Lift, bring the chest up towards the ceiling, lift through the chin. From here, let's sink back into a chair. We want to think about turning the sit bones under. So rather than having this arch in the back, we want to tuck the tailbone. Can we sink a little bit lower? Bring those arms alongside the ears. I'm only going to make you stay here for a moment or two. Coming all the way back up. All right, it's not too bad. Here we go. Let's take an inhale, bring the arms high. Sink back into your chair. Tuck the tailbone under, sink a little bit lower. This time, can we come up onto the toes? Okay, take the heels down. Come all the way back up to standing. Feeling it? Feeling it in the thighs. Here we go, last one. Take an inhale, lift. Sit back into your chair. Tuck that tailbone under. From here, bring the hands to heart center and take a twist towards the right side. Doesn't have to be a big twist. If you struggle, you can always take the hands to the outside of that right thigh to draw the chest round. Can you sink down a little bit lower? Draw that left knee in line with the right. From here, come back to center. Can we take a turn to the left side? I imagine you're feeling it right now. I am. Tuck the tailbone, sink a little lower. Come back to center. From here, take the arms high. Allow the arms to drop by the side. Move those legs. Get a little bit of blood moving back through them. All right, so we're going to play around just for a little while, not too long, with our warriors. Okay, so we're going to take our right leg as our leading leg. We're going to take a step back with the left leg. And what we want here is our hips facing the long edge of the mat. Drop into that right knee. We want to anchor down through the back edge of that left foot. Okay, from here, let's extend the arms. Think here about your posture, how you are. We want to make sure that we're nice and tall through the body. We want to make sure that that tailbone is tucked under and the glutes are working hard. Take a gaze over the front fingertips. Can we reach forward? Can we come back? Let's try that again. Take a reach forward as far as you can. This time, bring the left arm high. Can we take that left arm towards the right? It's never going to get to the right, but towards the right. And then bring it back. Come back to your warrior two. Let's go again. Reach forward as far as you can. Find that space. Looking over those right fingertips. Can we take the left arm high? Maybe it comes over a little bit. Anchor down through that back left pinky side of the foot. Your core is having to work just a little bit harder. Come back into your warrior two. Nice. All right, from here, we're going to take the left hand down the back of the thigh. We're going to turn the palm on the right side up, lift through that right side, lift, lift, lift. Only when you're ready, begin to take that left hand down the thigh. There should be very little weight there. We want to be lifting through the right hand rather than dumping through the left, taking the chest up towards the ceiling. Take a breath. Come back to your warrior two. Okay, I'm going to take the elbow down to the right thigh, lift through the left arm, maybe sweep that left arm alongside the ear, maybe take a gaze up towards the ceiling. Maybe from here, we straighten out that right leg, find ourselves into, as we take that right arm down towards the mat, or simply to the thigh, it doesn't matter, and lift through that left arm. We want to keep the hips open through that wide edge of the mat, taking the gaze up towards the ceiling if it feels good. Keep lifting through that left hand so we're not dumping down through the right. Imagine you're wedged between two panes of glass. Keep that butt in. Okay, find your warrior two, bend through that front knee. All right. Okay, can we get there? Take hands to hips. We're going to take that left foot to join the right. Here we go. Nice. All right, then. From here, take the arms high, sink back into your chair, tuck the tailbone, sink a little lower. Take the hands to heart center, take a gaze over towards the right side. Draw that left knee back in line with the right. Keep breathing, really important. Come back to center. Take a gaze over to the left side. This time, make sure that right knee doesn't come forward. Keep drawing the hips back level. Back to center. From here, take the arms high, reach up. Okay, this time we're going to take a step back with the right leg. Take the hips long, facing the long edge of the mat. Okay, finding your warrior two stance. So checking in with that front knee, bending into the front knee. Take the arms nice and wide. Push down through the pinky edge side of that right foot. Tucking that tailbone ever so slightly. No bum sticking out. We want to be nice and strong. Ribs are in. Think about the crown of the head reaching up towards the ceiling. Reaching forward with that left hand. Okay. From here, just coming back to your warrior two. You know where you're going. Reach forward with that left hand. Take this really nice opening through that hip. Okay, this time maybe the right arm comes high. Maybe it comes just a little bit over. Finding that work through the core. Come back into your warrior. Take a moment here. We'll head back there in a moment, don't worry. We're going to take an inhale, reaching forward. Take the right arm high, maybe over. Take a breath here. And then coming back. Okay, find your warrior two. Right hand's going to come down the back of your right leg. Lift up with the left hand. Inhale as you exhale, start to melt down over that back leg. Be careful that that front knee doesn't start to straighten out. You want to keep that bend into that front knee. Inhale, lift, lengthen, open through the chest. And then take that weight through that back hand. We want to make sure that we're lifting through the left hand, not dumping through the right. Keep breathing. Okay. From here, come back into your warrior two. All right. Take the elbow down on the left side. Reach up through that right arm. Take a moment here. Check in with the back of that right foot, making sure you're pushing down. You've got a nice strong back leg. Now take that right arm alongside the ear if you've got space for it. Maybe taking a gaze up towards the ceiling, maybe opening through that right shoulder to encourage it to move down and back just a little bit. Okay, coming back towards your warrior two. Going to straighten through that front leg. Take the left hand down, right arm. It doesn't matter where you get to. If this is enough for you, that's where you stay. If you want to take that left hand down towards the mat, then that's where you go. Great time to use a block if you want to rest on something. We want to keep lifting through that right arm so that we don't dump down through the left. Think about that right hip opening back, tailbone tucked under. We are strong here. Okay, coming back, bend into that front knee. Find that warrior two, gazing over those front fingertips, nice and strong. Okay. From here, we're going to take that right foot up to join the left, and I'll meet you at the top of the mat. Okay. So from here, just because we did tree laying down, I think we should do tree standing up. always an option to use something to hold on to if you need to. So we're going to take our right leg as our trunk. Okay, that's our standing leg. Lifting up those 5 toes, spread them, then place them back down again. From here, option to take the left sole of the foot towards the ankle, to the calf, or a little bit higher, whatever feels good for you. Okay, we want our hips forward facing. We want to open through that left side. We're going to take the arms out as cactus arms. Okay. Take a moment to grow tall like a tree. Wrap those ribs in. And then can we take a bend through the side body towards the right side? Your obliques are going to have to be working really hard to keep you stable. This isn't quite so bad because you're a bit of a counterbalance. Let's see if we can go the other way. Coming back up, focusing in on something that's not moving. Can we take a turn just ever so slightly towards the left side? And back to standing. This time, take the hands, interlace the fingers, reach the heels of the hands up towards the ceiling. Can you take a gaze up towards the ceiling as well? Keep pushing the sole of the foot in towards the thigh. They're working together. And then release through the hands, take the foot down. And then if you need to make any adjustments or movements, then do. Okay, so you know where we're going. We're going to do that again, but this time our trunk is our left leg. So set yourself up, spread those, not fingers, toe fingers, toes, and then place them down. From here, take the foot to wherever you were on the other side. We always try to keep it equal. Okay, so finding the opposite of wherever you were, thinking about the thigh and the foot pushing together, opening that right hip out. Okay, once you're balanced, focusing in on something that's not moving, take those arms out as cactus arms, squeeze those shoulder blades together. Core is strong. We don't want to fall over, not just yet anyway. And then see if we can take a bend over to the left side. This is not such a good side for me. Coming back to standing, check that core's engaged. Drop ever so slightly down to the right side. Still focusing in on something that's not moving. Come back to standing. Interlace those fingers, turn the heels of the hands up towards the ceiling. Push that sole of the foot into the inner left thigh. Open out that hip. Grow tall. And then release with control. Okay, really nice job. All right, so from here, we're going to make our way down. Okay, so find your way down to your mat. We're going to lay on our mat. We're not quite in Savasana yet. We will get there. So lay out on your mat. Just take the feet flat, the knees towards the ceiling. Take the arms as wide as they will go. Okay. We're just going to drop those knees down to the right. Take a moment to pause. Taking the gaze to the left side if it feels good. Gaze back to neutral, bring the knees back to center, then take them over to the left. Gaze over to the right. And then back to center. Draw both knees in towards you. Take the hands to the outside of the feet. Find a happy baby. Allow the spine to be then the length of the mat. Find that openness through the chest. If you find that you're really tight within the hips, you can always use a strap to hold the feet, dressing gown, belt, tea towel, anything will do, just to give yourself that extra reach. When you're ready, just bring those knees in towards one another. Give yourself a hug together. And then if you're ready, just bring the forehead up towards the knees. Take a moment here in a tiny ball. And then slowly lower your head back down. Take the feet down. Make any adjustments that you might need to. And then find your way to wherever you're happy to spend your final moments in final Savasana. And that might be that your feet find their way to opposite corners of the mat. Maybe you bend at the knees, whatever it might be. Find yourself a comfortable place that you can just rest. Okay.
You've cut out sound-wise again.
No.
Oh, now we can hear you if you're closer, maybe.
Oh. Okay. All right. So, closing your eyes, bringing your attention to the flow of your breathing. Feel each breath in and each breath out. Allow the body to be still. As you rest, picture in your mind's eye the most beautiful mountain that you have ever seen or can imagine. Hold that image right there, that mountain in your mind's eye, and begin to focus in on it. Observe its overall shape as it reaches high up into the sky. Know the large base rooted in the rock of the Earth's crust. Maybe it's a gentle sloping mountain, or maybe it's more harsh in its appearance. But notice just how solid and unmoving it is. Appreciate its beauty from afar and closer. Start to notice the details. So maybe there's snow at the very top of the peak. Maybe there's trees. Maybe there's one prominent peak or multiple. Maybe there's a lovely open plateau just at the top, waiting for you. Whatever its shape or appearance, just sitting and breathing with that image of the mountain and the freedom that it offers. Notice its qualities. And then when you're ready, imagine the sensation of you sitting on the summit. Take a moment to look out and enjoy the vista. Notice the birds swooping, the cold, solid rock beneath you. Feel the support as you breathe in and you breathe out. Imagine that you are that mountain rooted to the earth. Allow your mat to support you and allow your body to lengthen on that mat. Enjoying those final moments of relaxation. Allow yourself to feel the sensations of freedom, of support. In these final moments, revisit your intention from the beginning of class. Hold it there in the mind's eye. Breathe it in and breathe it out. Like you, the mountain remains as still as the seasons flowing into one another. As the weather changes moment by moment and day by day. Feel the strength that is you. Trust in your stability and your energy as you channel yourself into supporting others before finally looking after yourself. Know that, like the mountain, we can weather the storm and we will always find our greatest strengths from our greatest challenges. Just for a moment, breathe in and breathe out. Knowing it's time to start to bring yourself back to the present moment. Starting to awaken the body by moving the toes perhaps, wiggling the fingertips. Maybe taking an inhale, lifting those arms high above the head. Taking a stretch from one side to the other. And then when you're ready, there's no rush. Just slowly make your way back up to a seated position, and I will be there.